Welcome to another vitally important medical discussion right now that I think speaks to all of us at various phases of our life, but all of us need to listen right now. I'm going to say the C word, cholesterol. It plays a huge role in our heart health, obviously, and I think we know this, yet so many of us don't fully understand how. From stress and alcohol to what happens when levels are too high or even too low, there are plenty of areas, grey areas, confusion that we need to delve into. So to help us clear things up, one of the keenest minds we know, medical doctor, multimedia, medical consultant, and just lovely human being, Dr. Darren Green is back for a no-nonsense Q&A on cholesterol. Mr. Green, Dr. Green,
Greetings,
Brother
sir.
Green.
Good day, sir.
So good to have you here to talk about one of the heavy hitters.
Big one.
Can I use stress? Because often you and I find each other in quite stressful situations, and you're helping some of our most stressed out sportsmen on the highest level. But when it comes to cholesterol, it kind of feels like there's no tangible link, but there is very much.
Absolutely. I don't think many people know about the link between stress and cholesterol. They see them as two completely separate entities.
Different systems, yeah.
But we all know that, with facing different stresses every day, everyone knows the 3 Fs, fight, flight, or freeze.
Oh, for sure.
You know, that whole sympathetic response. And that then, we all know about adrenaline that pumps under acute stress. So
like right now.
Yes, that hormone that gets released into the bloodstream, the adrenaline's the one. The other one from chronic stress and exams and all that is cortisol. The body secretes
the other C word.
corticosteroids.
Exactly.
And your body makes its own steroids in the form of cortisol, which helps you cope with stressful physical challenges, mental challenges, and day-to-day increased load. So the interesting thing is that the effect of having raised levels of adrenaline and cortisol rather, have an effect on your metabolism and the effect on your end products of lipid metabolism or cholesterol. So the effect is that LDL, which is the loser lipoprotein, the bad cholesterol, LDL is the one that goes up with chronic stress, and it affects then your ability to have blocked arteries and the medical complications of it.
Oh, and then the loop just feeds
Correct.
itself. You're stressing me out, just this line of conversation.
Yeah, so that's just the hormonal response. The other responses are the behaviors associated with stress. What do? We look for crutches. So addictions become a big thing.
Yeah.
Addictions to eating too much, too little, fast foods, the wrong foods, saturated fats, obviously. And with that, chronic stress, you get then inflammation of the body from bad choices and bad behaviors. And that leads then to the increased risk of heart disease.
Let's talk about one of those bad choices, my friend. A glass a day keeps the doctor away.
Isn't it apple a day? Apple a day.
Oh, is it? Sorry, a glass of apple cider a day keeps you know what I'm pointing towards.
Good
but
question.
I think maybe we've reverse engineered this little one for ourselves. Where does alcohol fit into the
Great
conversation?
question. You know, there's been a lot of media around things like a glass of red wine is good for you. And where that
Maybe
does...
for your spirits.
and where it does come in is that it's actually been shown that a glass of certain types of red wine can increase your good cholesterol, help raise it in a small amount. In other words, your HDL, which is the happy lipoprotein or the good cholesterol.
The winner.
The winner, yeah. With slight to moderate use of alcohol can be slightly increased by a glass of red a day, for example. The problem comes in with the amount of alcohol and the effect that alcohol has on the other cholesterol components.
And the other things in there as well. It's
correct,
not
the
just
sugar and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the triglycerides are raised by alcohol intake, and certainly your LDL as well, which is the loser, the bad one, which increases your risk of heart disease. And alcohol also raises your blood pressure, as you know.
It's an inflammation button.
There you go.
Can your cholesterol be too low?
No one asked that. It can, but if you know what...
You fear loading.
If you know that cholesterol, what it does, it's part of cells and cellular repair, and your body needs it to build new cells and make hormones and vitamins. So your chemical hormones need cholesterol as a component for some of them as well. Ooh. So when your cholesterol is too low, you could be at risk of things like hemorrhagic strokes. You can also be at risk for things like depression, anxiety, etc. as well. And often that follows people that have malnutrition, eating habit disorders, obsessive compulsive behavior around foodstuffs. And the low cholesterol certainly can impair your general well-being and health.
What are the signs? What are the warning signs that I need to take seriously?
So having a high blood cholesterol, The problem is there aren't warning signs that are early warning signs.
Oh.
If you ever have an inherited lipid or fat metabolism issue, like what we call familial hypercholesterolemia, there are certain physical signs that one can see. And 3 to mention quickly are, in the eyes, there are fatty pads, yellow-like pads on the eyelid itself, which are called xanthelasma. And you'll see some people have a light skin deposit or pad just above the eyelid.
Yeah.
The others are where you find fatty knobs, rather, under the skin, over the tendons, called tendon xanthomas. And you find them in the Achilles tendon or on the knuckles on the hand. And that can be an early sign.
I'm sorry if I'm checking you out weirdly for the rest of today. If I'm checking out your eyelids, close your eyes for me.
Yeah, there's another one, a third one that is interesting for familial hypercholesterolemia, especially under the age of 45. It's a grey-white circle, if you look carefully on the surface of the eye, around the iris, which is the colourful part of the eye. You'll just see this grey light circle around the eye, and that obviously is a corneal arcus. So that's one. But those are the signs for familial lipid metabolism disorder, etc. But the complications are what we look out for. So as the arteries become blocked and blocked, depending which ones, you would then develop symptoms. If it's in the brain, you'll develop stroke symptoms with weakness, motor, sensory weakness, swallowing difficulty, visual disturbance, and even cognitive disability. But obviously the others then involve obviously the heart, where those arteries become blocked and you get a heart attack. So quite a few things to look for in the different systems.
But as you've quite clearly highlighted, with it being a lifestyle-affected space to such a degree, you can just look at the way you're leading your life.
Absolutely.
And that's going to point in all the right directions. I've been ticking them off as I go, and I think he said about 53 medical terms that I can't say today. So you won the game, but absolutely amazing. I think that's how they pass medical school, is you've got to be able to say certain names. And if you can get it out, done, you're a doctor. No, we understand the amount of work that has gone in to bring this amazing doctor to his space. Likewise, all of those supporting us through our various phases of life. And cholesterol is there. It's a narrative. We've got to understand it. So please take control. It's all about balance in your life, not too high, not too low, and always monitored. And the best step that you can take is to know your numbers. Absolutely. Let's be clear. Manage your lifestyle. It's in your hands, and work with your healthcare provider to keep your heart in good health. And I'm sorry, a glass a day just don't fly anymore. Love you, Guy.
Always good to see you.
I feel a lot less stressed now.